Use their pronouns!
Move back! Here today to learn more about a May 1st incident on campus involving some student arrests.
Move! Why are you here?
Well, I think I should start by saying safety of our students is our highest priority.
My friend and I, who happened to be wearing a MAGA hat, kind of started getting surrounded, and we started having a very civil discourse with a group of people about race relations in America and how we might be able to fix some issues.
A crowd of students surrounded senior Chris Wetterman and his friends. The difference in political views caused the crowd to be at a standstill, arguing for more than an hour. Then the situation escalated.
No, she grabbed his hat.
Don't touch her.
That she
Move.
assaulted him.
Move. Shut the fuck up. Bro, she freaking took his hat. Look at that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Law enforcement intervened and arrested 4 students.
It's very important that we have a safe and secure environment in which students feel that they can focus on their studies.
Move! Why are you here?
Hey!
Hey, you're escalating the situation.
I was the reason that I'm.
Why are you here?
I mean,
Why are you here? Why are you here? Leave! You fucking crazy! Stop being a shit! Get out! Leave!
Get back out. You're not coming
Don't
back.
fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch her! Don't fucking touch me! Fucking touch me! Articulate it!
Hey! Whoa!
No justice, no peace. Brutality must cease.
We're going to organize as soon as we can. We're making plans. This is not going to be our first demonstration.
Use their pronouns!
Mayday! MAGA hat stolen, Antifas arrested, students sit in. Ooh, By the way, folks, that thunder is real. It's just what's going on outside right now. You know, there's something really satisfying about watching a MAGA hat get stolen and for a fucking change, an Antifa being arrested for it. This is the video version of this webpage that I made with links, videos, photos, and other sources. Folks, here's another case for our growing collection of attacks on / intimidation of / discrimination against Trump supporters. See the link below for that growing collection, which you can see on your screen right now. And we have a lot of stuff on our webpage. I encourage you to check it out. You may remember the lovely Laura Lee, proud patriot from a former video of ours. She was nice enough to give me information and answer my question about what happened in Texas on Mayday, May 1st, 2019. The Texas Nomads SAR stands for Security and Resistance, planned to do a thing at Texas State University campus in San Marcos, and it seems Antifa planned to protest and attack them. But the Texas Nomads SAR decided not to go through with it that day because the campus was already having enough issues lately with protests against Turning Point USA and Latinos for Trump, and they said as much in the statement to the media. Here's a little about the efforts of the Student Government Association at Texas State University to purge Turning Point USA, by the way. You can see this article in full, again, by seeing the webpage version of our video. The Texas Nomads did not go to the campus in San Marcos. They decided to stay in Austin, and they were attacked there in Austin by Antifa's Red Guard. The Red Guard were doing a sort of show of force march in Austin. Some Texas Nomads were quietly filming it, Laura tells me, not antagonizing them at all, and Antifa attacked them, resulting in hospitalization. But that's a story for another video / article. So even though they never showed up to the San Marcos campus, Antifa showed up anyway to protest them. And even though the Texas Nomads weren't there, Antifa still managed to get themselves arrested. And wait till you find out how it went down. This is so great. According to the Texas State University campus police, on May 1st, 2019, 4 Antifas, all Texas State University students apparently, were arrested. Here they are, according to Fox 7 Austin. This was also reported by The Statesman in their article and by Campus Reform in theirs. One of the arrested was allegedly the Antifa who stole the hat and then, as you can see in this video, kicked the hat while it was on the ground.
Don't touch her.
That she
Move.
assaulted him.
Move. Shut the
Hey.
fuck up.
Hey!
Don't
fucking touch me!
Okay, back up. Yeah, I'm fine.
No, don't tell me
I'm
what
fine.
to do. I'll stand right here.
I'm recording.
You get it happen?
Huh? Oh yeah, I got it. It's fine. She went ahead and kicked it. Huh?
What happened? Why she on the
She hit the police and kicked and his dash cam off.
Stay back here. Stay back. Hey, I don't know.
I'm fine. I'm fine. They just snatched my hat. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hey, step back.
It's alright. I tried to stop her because she tried running and I just stopped her. It wasn't the person who's arrested right now.
As long as you're okay.
I'm fine. I appreciate it. I'm okay. I'm alright.
I'm trying to make sure my friend is okay.
Yeah, the one in the gray.
Hey, look who it is.
Hey.
That's assault. Step back. Step back and go with physical space.
I mean, he came to me. I mean, I'm gonna stop it. Huh? You good? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Did you want to press charges on her for?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then come with me.
I'm fucking done.
I wasn't talking to you, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, still go on top of that.
Back to the office.
Would that be okay?
Go ahead.
Hey, Red has the name for my lawyer. Red has the name for my lawyer.
Maya?
Red has, or sorry, Journey has the name for my lawyer.
Okay. Mom, why are you here?
Hey.
Hey, you're escalating the situation.
I was the reason that I'm.
Why are you here? Why are you here? Leave! You fucking break this up, piece of shit! Get out!
First time it's ever happened.
It's okay, man.
I'm fine. It's all good. They didn't physically touch me, but well, kind of.
You know, the first time I saw you wearing that hat was the day after the Mueller report came out.
Yeah, actually, no. I've had this since the
Yeah.
day after the midterm election. And I wore
really?
it since.
That's funny.
I can't wear it every day because I'm in ROTC, but.
All right, if y'all don't have business here, this is...
No, I'm the one who's pressing the charges.
Okay, well, y'all wait right here in the lobby and that'll be...
Okay, sure thing. Sure thing.
No.
Yep. Go ahead. Stay. Get back out.
You're not coming back. Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me! Fucking touch me! I'm a
Stop the distance.
Resisting what? What crime? I'm being suspected of committing!
I was waiting for it.
Articulate it! Articulate it! Articulate! What crime? You suspect me of having committed! Articulate it! Articulate it! Let me break my arm for you! Articulate what crime you're suspecting of committing! What crime? What crime?
Right now.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Am I necessary for his witness? No. Okay.
What crime? What crime?
Here's another angle from video posted by the Texas Patriots Network.
Move. Move. Hey. Hey. You want to let go, sir? No. No.
Stop.
Can you let go?
No.
No. Stop. Stay here. No.
Back off. I don't want you to get mixed up.
Don't fucking touch. Don't fucking touch me.
Back up.
Back up.
Back up, you're going with her. Back up behind that line.
Now you're the best. Use their pronouns. Move.
Stay back here. Stay back.
I don't care. I would like to get a good view of it. Step back for what? Why
I didn't interfere. I didn't interfere. I didn't interfere. I didn't touch you. I was trying to make sure my friend was okay. I was trying to make sure my friend was okay.
Assaulted her and y'all arresting him?
No, she grabbed his hat. That's assault.
Move! Bodily
Let me record. You're
Step
in
back.
my way.
Step back and go with her.
You're in my way. Excuse me. I have a right to record this.
Just keep a distance.
Get from in front of my camera. Move.
Would it be okay if she has someone that she can contact? Would that be okay? We'll handle it. We'll handle it.
No, I'm being dragged by cops. I am being dragged by cops because I don't want to go anywhere that you're going.
Mom, why are you here?
Hey. Do not touch. Hey, no.
Get out! Why are you here? Why are you here? Leave! You fucking bitch!
Here's a third angle. And here's a newscast from Fox 7 Austin.
Cries from a Texas State student watching her friend being arrested.
The police officer then knocked my comrade to the ground really violently. My comrade was on the floor flat, not moving, complying, and at this point I began to record.
Officers can be heard telling students to stay back.
Step back from what?
The police officers were getting increasingly violent. I was shoved because I was recording.
There was a heavy police presence on campus Wednesday in anticipation of a demonstration by the Texas Nomads SAR group. The organization's leader says they had plans to march through campus carrying Trump flags, wanting to talk to students about free speech, but decided not to come. Students gathered to counter-protest the group's arrival and clashed with students wearing MAGA hats. Yasmin says a woman knocked a red hat off of one student's head.
The boy wearing the Make America Great Again hat began to shove the woman who knocked it off, began to yank her backpack.
Then the situation escalated. Law enforcement intervened and arrested 4 students.
My friend and I, who happened to be wearing a MAGA hat, kind of started getting surrounded, and we started having a very civil discourse with a group of people about race relations in America and how we might be able to fix some issues.
A crowd of students surrounded senior Chris Wetterman and his friends. The difference in political views caused the crowd to be at a standstill, arguing for more than an hour.
We're going to organize as soon as we can. We're making plans. This is not going to be our first demonstration.
According to Fox 7 Austin, the arrested are 22-year-old Tyvonte Davis Williams, if I'm saying that correctly, for disorderly conduct language. And this, by the way, must be Davis Williams being arrested.
Move back! Move back! Move back! What did he do? Move back!
And you can see the tweet that this video is embedded in by Camelia Juarez says another student has been taken inside the UPD, the University Police Department, after a scuffle occurred and began yelling in the cop's face. Police presence has increased since the scuffle. 22-year-old Alejandro Navarrete, I guess, failure to identify, providing false information. 20-year-old Nazarene, I guess, Freeman, interference with public duties, failure to identify, and 24-year-old Claudia Gasponi, I guess, resisting arrest, search, or transportation, interference with public duties. It is surprising that they aren't all white, because Antifas are almost always white, who are racist against whites, by the way. Some may question if they are Antifa. I mean, after all, just because they have their faces covered, that doesn't mean that they are Antifa. But wait a minute, they do claim to be fighting fascism, white supremacy, Nazis, and etc., so they're Antifa. Also, if you look at their social media accounts, Mina or Means or Yasmin, for example, you'll see stuff like, in her case, she is, as you can see here, associated with Antifa accounts. So not all Antifa are white, only most of them are white. Moving on. The screaming snowflake, Yasmin, or Means, or Mina, tweeted this. It's really gross that y'all are commenting on my cry and lack of composure as I watch my comrades get brutalized by the police. Not like it's dramatic or anything. Okay, and then the first response is just whatever, it's boring. But the second response is funny. Ha ha, you're dumb and have dumb friends. It's not dramatic when you do it to yourself. And then I have a picture of stupid Patrick who's nailed a board to his own head. You get the meaning there. You know, shooting yourself in the foot or sticking the stick into your own bicycle spokes. Someone want to make a meme with, you know, the bicycle spoke meme.
Superimpose her fucking face on the bike rider.
Yeah.
I might try and do that later on. That's fucking hilarious.
Now, what should we add to this meme, folks? Here's something fun that we can all do. Think of something funny to add to this word bubble. See the link below to the webpage version of this video. Download the meme with the empty word bubble, add some words to it, and then add the picture to the comments section on this video in BitChute. You can't do that on YouTube, but you can do it on BitChute. There's a link to the BitChute version of this video below, unless you're watching this on BitChute, of course. Let's see who can come up with the funniest version. If you don't know how, open it up with Paint, as you can see me doing right now, and do what you see me doing. Then save it like this, and add it to the comments section on the BitChute version of this video like this. Moving on. And here's another tweet from her. Weird how you all think it's cute to capitalize off other people's trauma. Unfortunately, there are no surviving responses to that, if there ever were any. Here's more video of the arrests.
Hey! Hey! Whoa! 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 Hey! Get your stop! Hey! Whoa!
Don't fucking touch me! Stop resisting! Resisting what? What crime have you suspected me of committing? Articulate it! Articulate it! Articulate! What crime?
You're fine.
I'm having committed! Articulate it! Articulate it! Fucking break my arm before you articulate the crime you suspect me of committing!
Out.
What crime?
Out. Right now.
What crime?
Right now.
How does this even possible then? What crime? What crime you suspect me of having committed? I'm here for trial. I'm here for anything.
I told you to back up. You're interfering with our investigation. If you're arrested, you refuse to leave.
Y'all are fucking whack criminals. Go fuck yourself, you fucking
Claudia!
Why do you need to be that rough?
Don't go in there.
I can't believe this shit is fucking.
You got an attitude on you, buddy.
You see me running? Don't get in front of me.
There was 2 doors there.
You can run? Yeah, I can run.
Hey, hey!
You made it surprise?
Yeah, I am actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fucking
Why can't you come in the lobby?
Yeah?
This is security protocol. This is
I got it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
What protocol?
Okay. Listen.
Do you have the... Hey, he's on his last one.
Bro, she freaking took his hat. Look at that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why the fuck has he got his face covered up? Move the fuck out of the way.
Here's a tweet apparently from Tyvante, the one guy who was arrested. I found what is almost certainly his Twitter, and if you look through the pictures, it's the same guy in the mugshot. Anyway, he tweeted, "I didn't touch an officer. I didn't touch another student. I was arrested for exercising my First Amendment right. Denise, do something about it or we will." I think Denise is the president of the college. Well, let's look at the video.
keep arresting people. We gotta scoot back.
According to this tweet, students have been transferred to the county jail, and they also tweet students will have to stay overnight in jail. Judge will not see them until 10:30 a.m. the following morning. They are being charged with a Class B misdemeanor for interference with public duty. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Means the Screaming Snowflake also tweeted this: campus police threw my friends and dragged them away for no reason. No reason. Oh goodness, oh boy. She didn't do anything. Is that it? She didn't do anything. Yeah. And here's Means fear-mongering to the crowd in front of the police office.
Does that mean the people that just dragged my friends in there do not give a shit about you, especially if you're my color or darker? Then I don't know what to tell you. They will drag your asses in too. They will egg you on to the point that the police will come and drag your ass inside. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to go. You're endangering yourself. You're endangering everyone around you. You need to move. Let's walk out. Back to the stallions. Let's walk this. Just back to the, like it's black and brown people.
They will egg you on until you get arrested, she says. It's not your fault if you steal a MAGA hat. They were asking for it. I mean, just look how she was dressed with that short skirt and that low crop top showing cleavage. I mean, she's asking for look at his MAGA hat. He's asking for it. Let's listen to what this guy claims.
So me and my girlfriend, she got out of class, Evans Liberal Arts, and we were walking down right over here, and we already saw on Facebook that they had a text message out that there were going to be an exemplary amount of police on campus already. We saw 5 in one corner, 6 in one corner before anything even happened. So we knew something was going to happen bad. We could feel that something was going to happen. And so we walk out, and this woman's screaming crazy. She's panicking, and they detain her, they bend her wrist, they detain her, they take her to the ground, and they put her away. And then all these people start surrounding around the sound and the commotion, and people start getting together and protesting like they are now. You can hear it. They're getting together. And racial, how would you say it? Racial feuds started going back and forth. You could see that there was a part of campus that was divided. You could see that there was a line. One side was this side and the other side was this side. And a cop came in to diffuse the situation. And one young male started talking to the cop, and he was just speaking to him. I mean, he was probably, I'd say, about 4 or 5 feet away from him. You know, he wasn't. Well, he was yelling, I mean, but there was no curse words, there was no level of profanity beyond, these are my rights, and these are the things that I need to do at this time. And so I'm guessing the police officer didn't like what he said or what he heard, and so they came up behind him, put him in a chokehold, took him to the ground, then picked him up, and then 4 cops basically took him inside the police station, and now we're all outside just waiting for something to happen. Some kid, you know what happened? Some kid just had a little bit of a panic attack right over here. He had to get taken over to his dorm. There's more cops surrounded around that, and so we have a crowd full of like literally 100, 200, 300 people just waiting for, I don't know if it's justice or something to happen, but people are waiting. We're waiting for something.
Now, in response to the tweet with this video, this guy tweeted this. I thought I'd post the video of what happened at Texas State during the second arrest outside UPD campus. It's not UPD campus, it's the campus UPD, whatever. Want to stop as much misinformation from being spread as possible. And you know what, before we look at this video, just notice this guy's Twitter. He certainly wants you to think he's Antifa. I mean, look at that. Okay, let's watch the video.
Yeah, I'm not going to fire. Oh, dear God.
Young Democratic Socialists of America at Texas State tweeted this. University Police Department has arrested multiple activists who were protesting white supremacists on campus. That's a lie. The UPD are not your friends. They are not your allies. The administration is not your friend. It is not your ally. Demand the release of these comrades. Outside, nooses and call this number here. Again, folks, you can read all these tweets and the responses to them by seeing the webpage version of this video, and I do recommend it because almost every tweet I feature has funny ass responses. Look at this one right here in response to the tweet that I just read. Don't know what they're responding to here because no doubt they deleted it because they're fucking communists. But whatever it said, the Young Democrat Socialists of America responded with, quote, there are laws that punish bullies, unquote. Go push for them instead of yelling at student activists who are arrested for trying to de-escalate non-violently. Get over yourself and your 15 followers. Our comrades got arrested. Go fuck yourself. And then someone responds, whoa, you don't sound very tolerant, clown world meme or emoji. And then Rhett here, he responds, they did not arrest activists, they arrested students engaging in assault and theft. And then the ever thoughtful and eloquent Young Democratic Socialists of America respond, shut the fuck up and eat shit. Okay, you have a great career in politics, I'm sure. Tired of winning with the smug face of Donald Trump responds, well, that's a thought out argument. And then somebody else says, and by white supremacists, you mean anyone who isn't a regressive communist. Hashtag Obama level stupid. And then someone else. Okay, this one here, it's there must be a typo here. I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to write here, but I'm just going to guess. What is a more progressive flavor of communism that they should be supporting? Someone responds, they shouldn't. What they should do is get a job and move out of mom's house. Stop whining about how other Americans aren't giving them enough free stuff and start doing for themselves. And I'm not skipping over anything here, folks. The next person, where do I call to thank the police for doing a lovely service to the community? The next person, comrades, fucking communists. And the next person, comrades, and then laughing till they're crying emojis there. Okay, let's move on. Now keep in mind, folks, the Democratic Socialists of America. All right, you know, this is the party, you know, of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and so on. They claim to not be communists. Oh, we're centrists, we're moderate, and yet, you know, they call for well, we'll get to that. They'll call for violence. We'll see. And, you know, they say they have a bowling team, by the way, called the Bolsheviks. Okay, yeah, that's a joke, but, you know, these people seem to be flat-out communists. They barely try to hide it to other people, but amongst each other, they're, you know, comrades and communists. Regarding Alejandra Navarrete, I guess, Fox 7 Austin reports that the Texas State University police chief stated that she was, quote, detained with the intention of being given a ticket for theft. The student was later arrested after providing a false identity to the police. So she could have gotten away with the ticket, but oh no, 4 got arrested. It could have just been one person with one ticket, but no, they all got arrested. Fox 7 Austin also reports another student ran to the officers during this incident and began to interfere. After refusing to comply with the officers' directions, the student was arrested for interference with public duties. When the students were escorted into the police department, other students followed, and one additional student was arrested in the police department lobby for interference. That's so great. Like flies to honey. So the 2 for interference are Nazarene Freeman and Claudia Gasponi. They continue. A 4th student was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct outside the police department, and that would be Tyvonte Davis Williams. If it is true that the MAGA hat guy did shove Alejandra and the police witnessed it or had good reason to believe that he did so, then the fact that they didn't arrest him is indeed unjust. That's for sure. But I've yet to see video of the MAGA hat guy shoving Alejandra. I'm not sure, but I'm willing to bet he didn't, just because, you know, he says he didn't, they say he did, and, you know, these Antifas, they lie like crazy. And plus, this Mina girl, this Means girl, she does lie. I mean, she said that her friend didn't do anything when she was right there while her friend did something. Moving on. Laura Lee told me that the college dean disparaged the Texas Nomads SAR and that even people in other conservative groups spoke poorly of them because they believe the lies of the regressive leftists. Or they are regressive themselves, but I'll get to that in a minute. She told me a lot of information about this stuff. She sent me a lot of screenshots of a lot of stuff that I originally put in this video, but I think most of you aren't interested enough for that. It would take about 10 minutes or so. So I took that out of the video, but if you want to read about this, you could see the webpage version of this video, see the link below. I even typed a lot of it out because some of the text in the screenshots are a bit fuzzy and hard to read, But I do want to say this. The Texas State College Republicans are regressive. If they aren't regressive leftists and SJWs pretending to be Republicans, then they sure act like it. Either way, to hell with them. Thanks to Laura Lee for all that back and forth information. Moving on. Campus Reform reports that a conservative student going by Tyler M. told them that, quote, just before the incident took place, he and some friends had walked over to an area on campus where a leftist group was counter-protesting the anticipated protest of a conservative biker group. The biker group, named Texas Nomads SAR, states that it, quote, believes in protecting those attacked and targeted for expressing their God-given rights guaranteed by the Constitution, in charities, and giving back to those in need. We believe our veterans and warriors should come before refugees and illegal criminals. As Americans, we know radical Islam and Sharia law have no place in this country, unquote. They did quote them accurately. I checked their own webpage, and that is indeed what they state, although that's part of what they state. But Laura Lee tells me that they are not bikers. None of them even own motorcycles. But anyway, the Campus Reform continues. The biker group had planned a protest at Texas State University over the student government's failed attempt in April to ban the conservative group Turning Point USA from campus, the Austin Statesman reported. According to a Wednesday statement from the university, Texas Nomads SAR never showed. As the conversation between Tyler M. and the leftist protesters continued, a crowd gathered around them. Tyler M. told Campus Reform, quote, again, none of our conservative people were ever instigating anything, unquote, Tyler M. said, quote, I can guarantee that. No one was ever yelling or shouting over people. We were all very patient, unquote. At another point, he said that he, quote, just wanted to talk, unquote, with the protesters. Tyler M. said that as bystanders tried to quell the tension, quote, that's when I felt someone kind of come up behind me and grab of my hat. I think maybe off my hat is what they meant to print. Lifted up and tried to run away, unquote. Tyler M. said he chased after the girl and grabbed her backpack to slow her down. He told Campus Reform that he only touched her backpack. Quote, I only held her backpack for a good 5 seconds. It was never her physically, unquote, Tyler M. said. This Fox 7 Austin article reports that sophomore Mina Yasmin said, quote, the boy wearing a Make America Great Again hat started to shove the woman and began to yank her backpack, unquote. So you can see conflicting reports. I'm a little inclined to believe one over the other just because of extensive experience with the regressive left. Continuing with the Campus Reform article, quote, as soon as I got out of the crowd, I let go of her bag and I came up beside her and I said, can you please give me back my hat, unquote. The Texas State student said police later approached the student who was holding his hat and asked her to give it back. Tyler M. said she, quote, hesitated at first, but then she did drop it, and as soon as the hat fell on the floor, she kicks it, unquote. We saw that. Let's see that again.
Don't touch her.
That she
Move.
assaulted him.
Move. Shut the
Hey.
fuck up.
Hey!
That's the moment when Tyler M. said he began recording, footage he shared exclusively with Campus Reform. A little further down in Campus Reform's report, they write, the Young Democratic Socialists of America chapter at Texas State tweeted shortly after the arrest, quote, don't cuff students, cuff the haters, unquote. And you could see the image right there. And, you know, what's with the race baiting? I mean, that's obvious race baiting right there. Stereotyping as well. The article continues, the incident comes as the Texas State Legislature is debating a campus free speech bill, which Republican Representative Briscoe Cain, hope I'm saying that correctly, helped spearhead. Quote, the college campus is not supposed to be an intellectual safe space, unquote, Cain told Campus Reform Wednesday. Quote, in trampling on a hat the student found offensive, the student trampled on the Constitution. The Constitution mandates the tolerance of ideas, not the tolerance of infringement of personal liberties. I hope Texas State University does the right thing and disciplines students who censor the speech of others, unquote. Let's briefly go back to the tweet that says, don't cuff students, cuff haters. Response after response after response says, more or less, they did cuff the haters. There's some funny stuff in this thread, and you can read these by clicking on the tweet in the webpage version of this video. It'll open up and you can read all of that. Look what else the Young Democratic Socialists of America Texas tweeted. Happy May Day. We have fash on campus. That means fascists on campus. Here's 5 things you can do. And remember that the only good fascist is a dead fascist. No platform, no debate, no fascists at Texas State. If you ain't anti-fascist, you're pro-fascism. Now keep in mind that when they say they want the death of fascists, what they actually mean is the death of political moderates. Okay, anyone who's not extreme left like they are, they call fascist and Nazi, etc. And keep in mind, folks, this is the party that put Ocasio-Cortez into power. All right, this is a growing group, and they are in with Antifa, as we've proven in former videos. They're in with CAIR, the Council on American Islamic Relations, as we've shown in past videos. They call each other comrades, they're communists, they call for violence and radicalism and riot. Where is the condemnation? To give you further insight into their character, these people who presume to judge others from what they want you to think is some sort of moral high ground, look at this. They tweeted, "This is how students in Chile deal with police violence. We could learn something from them." And then we see photos of rioting and fires and tire fires and whatever. I mean, forget cow farts. You know what burning rubber does to the air? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you go ahead and try such tactics on the police here, you fragile, weak, pathetic, irrational little wilting flower snowflakes who couldn't even fight their way out of a cardboard box. Please. Or I should say, please go ahead and try these things. Just make sure that you have a comrade to film it and post it online so we can laugh at you. And then you could complain about us laughing about you crying over it. All these people, they are so much fun. Fox 7 Austin put out a statement from Lori Klaus, the police chief at Texas State University. Here are some selected parts of that statement. Quote, "As a public university, we are required to allow outside groups to be outdoors on our campuses, even if they represent ideas that we find offensive and that are directly counter to our shared values." You can read the entire statement by seeing the webpage version of this video and clicking on the link to this article. They also write, quote, "Tensions remained high on campus on Wednesday. Students wearing MAGA hats were surrounded by a crowd of students with different political views arguing with them. The difference in political views kept the students at a standstill for about an hour," unquote. The university put out this video, President Trout's statement regarding incident on May 1st, 2019, which was really painful for me to sit through because it's just soulless, insincere, politically correct, pre-programmed script writing, but if you're masochistic, you can see the whole thing by seeing the webpage version of our video. Two interesting things though, she squints angrily. You see her squinting angrily there? That's when she says that the students of their college is her highest priority. When she says highest priority, she squints. And then again, she squints when she says that they acknowledge the tensions present on campus, by which she means racial tensions. So she squints angrily at those two things. Moving on. Now, apparently these events sparked a sit-in, and as far as I am recording this right now, I think it's still going on. I'm recording this during the day of May 3rd, and I know it was going on some hours ago, through the night. Now, originally I was going to play you some videos of the sit-in, or the protest, or whatever you want to call it, but you know what? This video is too long as it is, but you can see that in the webpage version of this video, but let's move on. By the way, Means is very serious about her concerns for the safety of students of color and members of marginalized groups and so on. She's so concerned that she has time to tweet about her nails. "I need my fucking nails done ASAP," she tweets. On May 2nd, the day after the arrests, the Young Democratic Socialists of America, yes, they have more idiocy they're going to tweet here, they tweeted, "The students of Texas State will not give in to the threats of the administration and the university police department quietly." The threats of the administration, huh? Well, they put out these here from something called Resistance Texas State, I guess. For immediate release, May 2nd, contact Mina Yasmin. And if you didn't catch that, Mina Yasmin, that's Means, or Mina, you know, the girl, the screaming girl, the wailing snowflake, you know, the one that's all over this video, you know, the one that's concerned about her nails and whatnot. Texas State University Police Department brutally
Y'all are brutalizing me!
brutally arrests 4 students of color during peaceful protest. I'm not going to read all of this because we know some of this or it's just boring. Tara Lynn Steele Jr. said, quote, "The students were continuously provoked for a decent amount of time. In fact, when students were provoked, the police moved away. However, when it was a student of color that reacted emotionally to being taunted by a white nationalist," they're probably talking about the student who was just there with his MAGA hat on. And according to him, he never raised his voice, he never taunted or anything like that. He tried to engage in a conversation with them. And of course, it's his word against theirs, but these people are lunatics, okay? We've already seen them lie, call for the death of people and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to say they're full of shit and just lying. White nationalists. They continue, the police reacted quickly and violently. Only when it was a student of color was there a reaction from the police at all, unquote. Alright. Rhett Parr Jr. said, quote, student leaders have continuously informed administrators as well as the chief of police that an increase of police presence on campus actually endangers minority students. We also asked administration to adequately warn university community members of the group's anticipated presence so that people could prepare themselves for the dangerous climate that could occur. Now we see clearly that the administration and the university police department feel comfortable criminalizing students of color without representation and sending them to county jail for petty crimes. Look, you idiots, you don't get a free pass for committing crimes because you're not white. You fucking racists. Page 2. They talk about a GoFundMe they have for the arrested students. And I guess they're talking about the 2nd because they don't give a date, and this was put out on the 2nd when they say, quote, come 6 p.m. on the dot, student leaders will be occupying the 4th floor of the LBJ Student Union or Student Center 1 year after a 3-day sit-in was organized in response to campus-wide diversity issues. We are requesting that the administration be held accountable for the blatant disregard and neglecting in regards to the safety of marginalized students. They didn't do anything wrong, you idiots. You can't just decide who gets to go on campus and who gets to speak and what they wear. Oh my god, you fucking fascists. These are our demands, they continue. 1. Handling of student conduct issues by the Dean of Students, not by the San Marcos Police. So they don't, okay, that's not how the law works. You don't get to decide that. If you break the law, then the police have to do something about it. Oh my god. Hey, students should not be transferred from university police department to county jail for misdemeanor charges. You know, you would have gotten just a ticket. One of you would have gotten just a ticket, but you ramped it up. You did. You did that. You deserve that. B. Creation of a student task force to assist in handling student conduct issues and non-violent offenses. 2. Mandatory sensitivity training for university police. A. UPD should be trained in de-escalation tactics. Well, that's what they did. As opposed to brute force. B. UPD should be trained in how to recognize and overcome biases regarding minority students, including but not limited to students of color, LGBTQIA, MNLOP, QRSTUV, WXYZ students, and students with disabilities. 3. The addition of a cultural diversity requirement to the general core curriculum. Yeah, keep devaluing your degrees. Make them even more worthless. Sure. That's smart. You're not an idiot at all. I'm going to skip over A and go to 4. The creation of a campus workforce by student government to protect workers' rights throughout the university? Workers' rights? These are regressive leftists who are against the working class, who are not working class, who are against work, who usually do not work, claiming to be for workers' rights. You are so full of shit. Holy crap. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, that's enough of that craziness. Now, folks, I think the sit-in is still going on. I don't know. I have so much to do. I can't keep following this. This never ends. There's so many tweets. There's so many videos. It's so amazing. But I have to move on. That's it for this video, folks. It's likely that more information will come to my attention about this, and when it does, I'll add it to the webpage version of this video. With that in mind, check out our webpage. For now, it's a WordPress, but it might not be that forever. There's a lot of news stories about the culture war, all neatly arranged by date and grouped by subject. My videos take a lot of time and work to do, so there's a lot of stories that I just don't have the time to cover, but I do add them to our webpage. Again, I will be doing a video about Antifa attacking the Texas Nomads SAR in Austin on Mayday, and that may or may not be on BitChute only, so I'm trying to push you to go over to BitChute. And I am going to do a video about the Mayday riot at Cider Riot, a place called Cider Riot, between Antifa and Patriots in Portland, and that one will definitely only be on BitChute. that one was pretty crazy. And the reason why I'm pushing you to subscribe to our BitChute channel is because YouTube is phasing out channels like ours anyway, with bans, soft bans, shadow bans, quietly unsubscribing people, removing likes, giving us channel strikes, and so on. You know, they're phasing out channels like ours anyway, so you gotta subscribe to us on BitChute. And plus, you know, we're starting to put our best stuff on BitChute only because it seems to be the only way that people actually go over and subscribe to us on BitChute. So that's what it takes. That's what we're gonna do. Wait a minute, here's an update from Resistance Texas State, which I think may be run by Mina or Means, I'm not sure. It is from May 3rd, 9 p.m. Our sit-in has officially ended, but this isn't over. Our statement here, hashtag Texas sit-in 2, hashtag Texas sit-in justice, and then they have the thing that I just read. All right, well, there you go. Now we know it's over. Apparently it's over. Until next time, folks, strength, justice, honor, honesty, good humor, good principles, equality, love, and liberty. Thanks for watching.